So Pokimane decided to talk about the David situation. If you don't know who David is, he's an artist who is currently facing charges of murder and other serious things as well. But yeah, Pokimane decided to talk about the whole situation, and let's just say some people didn't like what Pokimane has to say about it.
Honestly, I was trying kind of not to talk about it. I don't know if you guys have seen the details, but it is just sorry, like D4VD, the artist. Even talking about it right now just makes me nervous and have like a pit in my stomach. I don't know if you guys have seen much of the details and stuff, but it's so gruesome and horrific. And I think just constantly reading those headlines was really getting to me. Like, I was getting nightmares about it and just thinking, like, this arrested murderer was someone who was in my home, who connected me with so many other people. We have so many mutuals, and it's scary that, like, no one suspected anything like that. And also, understandably so, people are like dissecting his videos and lyrics and all this stuff. And since he had me in one of his music videos, I was like, does that mean anything? And, like, just, it was really kind of getting to me.
Now, people saw this as like, Pokimane is making this whole situation about herself. How could she do that? Now, listen, I'm not the biggest Pokimane fan, right? In my previous YouTube channel that got deleted, I made a lot of YouTube videos about Pokimane and how I didn't really like her. I disagreed with her. Criticized her quite a bit, and yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of Pokimane. But on this, I would have to be honest with you and be like, yeah, this is kind of reasonable for Pokimane to say right here. It is definitely reasonable. The reason why I don't think Pokimane is making this whole situation about herself is because she know who David is, right? So David and her, they made content in the past. I think she was in one of his music videos. David was also in Pokimane house at one point. And when you have somebody in your house that you thought was, a cool person or whatever, then later find out that hey, they're a murderer. To have a person that you thought were a good person, whatever, and sooner you find out that they're a bad person and that they commit serious crimes, yeah, that's gonna definitely, what I'm saying, have you thinking about it like, yo, oh shit, I had a fucking murderer in my house and I didn't even know about it. I think that's a reasonable thing to be scared of and have some kind of thoughts about it. Imagine having somebody over your house to do, like content together or, just have fun or whatever. Imagine having somebody over your house, then you later find out they commit crimes and they're a really bad person. Imagine finding that out later. Like, yeah, of course Pokimane is gonna feel some type of way about it. And I think it's very reasonable for her to say that. Like if I had somebody over my house who I thought was like a good person, then later found out they're a murderer, yeah, I'm gonna feel some type of way too. I'm gonna be thinking about that at night as well. Like, yo, shit, like I had this guy in my house and this guy's a fucking murderer. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, of course you're gonna be thinking about that at night. Of course, that's gonna keep you up at night. So I don't think Pokimane is trying to make this about her. I think she just having a reasonable emotional reaction to it. I don't really think that Pokimane is making this whole situation about herself. I just think it's a valid reaction to have when you have somebody over your house that you generally thought was a good person and found out they're a murderer. So yeah, I don't really think she is making this about herself at all. And like I said, I'm not like a huge Pokimane fan here, so I'm not like one of these simps who masturbate to Like, no, I'm not. But to be honest, yeah, I think Pokimane is in the right here, and I kind of agree with her, or not really agree, but I don't think what Pokimane said was really bad, and I don't think she was making this whole situation about herself. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much about it.